So there was a new COVID bill brought about by Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats, and I'm going to give you some information on it. Now, we covered a story in the last show where we played a clip from Rising on the Hill with Crystal Ball, and Crystal, laid out all of the, things that are in this new COVID bailout bill. So I'm not going to go through all of those things here and now with you. Okay, because we already covered that and spoke about it in detail. But what I will talk about is something that I didn't know was in there until after the fact. Okay, we'll talk about that. And then we'll also talk about what happened with the voting, because this is infuriating. Okay, so from Business Insider, they say the following. House Democrats are scaling back their efforts to provide student debt relief, Politico first reported on Thursday. An amendment to their latest coronavirus bill would limit relief to people who were in dire financial straits before March 13th, the day President Donald Trump declared a national emergency. The initial provision to forgive up to $10,000 in student loans was projected to cost $250 billion to $300 billion, a larger price tag than Democrats had expected. So, Democrats are like, I don't know about helping people with student loans. The cost is serious. Well, hold on now. You guys just passed a $5 trillion bailout of corporations and the wealthy. That's one of the earlier coronavirus bailout bills. You just did that. Now, when it comes to student loan debt relief, you're like, I don't know, it's expensive. You've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. Now, the other fact about this is, and you guys know, we spoke about it at the time, Trump actually temporarily stopped student loan payments. Now, I don't know exactly how that's going to work. Is it going to work where when the first payment, when it comes time and the crisis is over and it's time to make your first payment, do you have to pay all the backed payments? Do you have to pay like, hey, you missed 5 payments, now you got to give me 6 come the first time you have to pay? Is that going to happen? Or do they put it on at the end? Do they add it on to the end of the loan, which would make a hell of a lot more sense? I don't know exactly how they're planning on doing it, but Trump basically temporarily said no more student loan payments. I remember because we covered that story. Well, now the Democrats originally wanted to give people more relief, and now they're backing off of that and giving less relief, and I just gave you the terms of it right there. Now, the bill was bad. The bill had some aspects of it that were good. It was hazard pay, but it was woefully insufficient. It's good to have hazard pay. It's not good that it's woefully insufficient in terms of how much money is geared towards hazard pay. The bill does not have UBI, but most importantly, the bill does not have what Pramila Jayapal was calling for, which is basically a European-style approach, which is let's have the government pay the wages, basically temporarily nationalize wages from these businesses so that people get furloughed instead of fired. It's a real smart way to save the economy, to basically put everything on hold and have the government step in and be the employer of last resort, if you will. So the government, it's like temporarily nationalizing a bunch of businesses. That's what it is. That didn't make it in, and UBI didn't make it in, and universal health care didn't make it in, so it wasn't a good bill. It was a terrible bill. Now, it appeared like, for a minute there, oh my God, finally, the left is going to stand up. The left is going to do a rebellion. So what happened? A vote comes up on whether or not to have a vote on the bill. See, this is the congressional nonsense that we got to walk through here. But on the vote to determine whether or not to have a vote on the bill, Jayapal, Mark Pocan, AOC, Garcia, Khanna, Omar, Presley, Porter, and Tlaib, all 9 of them, said, no, I'm voting against this. And so they got a round of positive press where lefty circles, people in lefty circles were like, oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. The left finally stood up even a little bit. Now, you only got 9 of you. You should have been able to muster at least like 30 of you. The fact that you guys can't get 30 to be on the same page in the Congressional Progressive Caucus, I mean, that really shows that like you're not organized, and it's kind of pathetic. You need to be organized. You need to get on the same page. You gotta work together as a block, because that's the only way you're going to win with stuff. You got to act in a similar way to how, the so-called Freedom Caucus acted, the Tea Party caucus. So it's sad that you only got 9, but okay, whatever, we'll take it. You're standing up a little bit. Thank God, thank God, thank God. Now, so they failed. They were just short of blocking a vote on the bill. Then we get a vote on the bill. You ready for this? You know who voted against it? Only one of them. and just so everybody knows, you can give credit where credit is due, is Pramila Jayapal. She could not get over the fact that we didn't have the government pay wages for people during the crisis. And she was like, this is crazy. This is like what the solution is. We know because every other developed country is doing it. You temporarily furlough instead of fire people. You pay the wages. We're good. That's what we got to do. This is what government is for. She could not get over the fact that that wasn't in the bill. She voted against it. Every other one of them I just named, Pocan, AOC, Garcia, Khanna, Omar, Presley, Porter, Tlaib, they all voted for it. So they voted no on having the vote on the bill. Then when it came time to vote on the bill, they voted for the bill. You guys are pathetic, man. What do you want me to tell you? You're all massive cucks. I mean, that is cucktastic right there. You're bathing in cuck juice. That's what that is. That sounds really dirty, but you get the point. What are you doing? What are you doing? I can't. At this late date, this was your rebellion? We've had like 47 COVID bills already up to this point. Every single one of them has been objectively terrible. You voted for all of them. And then your idea of a rebellion on like the 5th or 6th bill is like, maybe I would like to say that maybe we shouldn't vote on this bill and we should need more time to think about it and give us more time to buckle on this. And then maybe if I tell you I don't want to vote on the bill and I'm undecided and I need more time to pretend to act like I'm going to put better things in the bill even though I'm not, maybe then we can not do this because I want to look like I'm strong. I'm lying, hear me roar. Oh, we failed to block a vote on the bill? Okay, I guess I'll vote for it. Come on, bro! What the hell is this? You're all so sad. It's so sad. I'm not even mad because I'm laughing at you. I pity you. You're embarrassing. This is embarrassing. Do you not understand that? This is embarrassing. I mean, they'd vote for anything. They'd vote for anything that Pelosi puts in front of them and tells them to vote for. That's really the conclusion from this. We've had like 5 COVID bills. Every single one of them has been abysmal. 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 You voted for all of them, including the largest upward transfer of wealth in history. The complete, solidification of corporate socialism. You all voted for that. And then this was your rebellion. This was. You'd vote for anything. If whatever Pelosi says, you will end up voting for. There's no spine between any of you, among any of you, except Pramila. I give her credit because she voted against it. She stayed true and voted against it. Everybody else, I don't. I want to like you, and I want to come out here and argue for you. And say, yeah, this is how we fight back. This is how we win. We have strong lefties. But if you buckle every single time, what do you want me to do? I can't defend you. You look ridiculous, because you are. I literally don't even know how to end this segment, other than to say this is so goddamn disappointing and so pathetic, yet so expected. I mean, so expected. I could have guessed that this would happen. Because the best predictor of future action is past action. And in the past, every single time, what did they do? They buckled to Pelosi. So this time, they buckled to Pelosi after doing a fake rebellion. Oh, the saddest thing I've ever seen.